I would say that my relationship with bikes has almost gone full circle. It's your first taste of freedom to expand your horizons past your little road or close where you live. My parents made a big effort to make sure that it wasn't just about bike racing, it was a real family weekend. They didn't want me to race, they wanted me to see cycling the same way they did, as a social thing, that it was a way to explore the world with friends. I suppose I've had affinity with Scotland for longer than the few years I've been coming here, because Graham O'Brien was a major competitor in my formative years. He was somebody who pushed me as an amateur when there was nobody else around to do that, and he forced me to be better than I was. It's not easy riding around here. You don't know what's around the corner, and I enjoy that exploration element of it. When I got into cycling, I was something of a weirdo, really. I didn't really fit. People got into it because of the history of the sport. I was fascinated by the challenge of it. I was quite low in self-esteem, self-confidence when I left school, so winning was important to me, disproportionately so. But I was lucky to bump into a guy called Peter Keane, who got me fascinated with the process of being better rather than the end result. So together, for that 15-year period, we looked at it more as a collection of demands, a collection of challenges rather than a sporting event, and said, right, okay, well, how do we get better at each one of those things? It didn't matter what happened, it was just a piece of learning, and we were excited by the whole process of just discovery, really, of making something and being better than we were. And I think it was a very healthy way to approach the sport. It just kept it interesting, it stopped the emotional roller coaster. Winning Olympic gold in 1992 allowed me to have all those opportunities. Without that, I would never have gone forward. I wouldn't have had the self-belief. The hour record in 1996 was the best I ever was, when everything came together. And that only happened once, where I look back and think, no, I can't think of anything that changed. The last hour record I ever set in Manchester on a normal bike, just the only difference between me and Eddie Merckx, and hopefully somebody 30 years in the future, was the athlete themselves. And that was a very satisfying way to finish a career. Cycling for me now is, I enjoy pushing myself, I enjoy a personal challenge. I like the fact that I can stop when I've had enough, and my limit is a lot lower now. I don't go out for really long, horrible rides that are just unpleasant because I don't have to, there's no big reward at the end of it. I think it was stage 16, so we were almost in sight of Paris, sort of thing. It was the last big day in the mountains. It was over 260 kilometres, and we were going to go over 7 mountains on that day. And I was completely finished, you know, I had nothing left. And the stage started, and I was out the back at 5 kilometres. And somehow I managed to sort of scab my way back on the descent into the group. Got dropped again immediately, and this kept going until the laughing group formed. Eventually, 8.5 hours later, the finish line rolled underneath the wheels, and we'd made it inside the time limit. Even now, almost 2 decades after my career, I still smile knowing that I don't have to do that anymore. And now I've come back to it being my method of exploring again.